Alright, hello all. Today is Wednesday, the 13th of January 2016, and this is John Linville with today's video micro update on my port of Xmas Rush to the MC10, my Retro Challenge project. So as you can see, if you're familiar with Xmas Rush on the CoCo, you can see now here on the MC10 that I've figured out how to get the playfield drawn on the background. That's all the little scrubby trees that you have to navigate around to get to the evergreen tree, and showing the eel snowman and the player at the bottom of the screen. Nothing's moving right now because there's no actual animation, but you may notice that some of the characters seem to slowly disappear and then slowly reappear. And so this is an effect of doing a direct port of an algorithm from the CoCo that's not going to work very well on the MC10. So on the CoCo, we'd use a technique called double buffering for the video. Pretty common technique, and it lets you display one screen while you draw on the next, and so you don't ever have to worry about the display accidentally putting out a half-done copy of itself at the expense of having to manage two different buffers. Well, the MC10 only has one buffer, so you don't have to worry about any of the mistakes associated with double buffering, but you do have to manage everything in one place, and that's not necessarily so bad. In Farfall, I only use a single video buffer. You just have to time it right, and you have to do all your drawing while you're in what's called vertical blank, where there's nothing supposed to be displayed on the screen. Unfortunately, the MC10 gives us no way to synchronize on virtual blank, and so what is happening here is I've still got the basic algorithm in place where I'm using the virtual blank for the screen time it would take for a single frame of data to be displayed, a single frame of video. I'm using that as a timing element, and so it's still preserved in the game even though it's not actually synchronized to the video hardware. And so what's happening is sometimes when I do my redraw, that the screen is actually actively showing what I'm redrawing. The algorithm I'm using actually erases everything every frame and then redraws it every frame. And so what you're seeing here is occasionally the numbers are off just enough that you end up showing the screen while something is erased. And so I'm going to have to figure out something else to do here, minimize the amount of time stuff is erased, maybe only erase things when I actually redraw them, or when something actually moves, that sort of thing. I've tried messing with the timing values, but haven't quite zeroed in on them, and not sure how I could get any better. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. We have a few options. Anyway, we're going to move on to getting some animation. Hopefully maybe that solves some of it, and we'll go from there. So if you're interested in that, then of course, as always, I invite you to stay tuned. Alright, thanks.